Your body is always communicating. Why do we shut that off? So if you're in a job like a soldier, a policeman, fireman, you know, when you have to, or a professional athlete, for example, you have to ignore the fear and you have to go into dangerous situations anyway. You have to ignore the guy running at you about to hit you and be courageous and strong and hit him anyway, right? So that's different. Like, yeah, and actually we were talking about this. I was on a podcast the other day called Trauma to CEO with Faria Barlas. It's awesome. She's amazing. She's an amazing psychotherapist. So we were talking about how I'm Ruth, I'm a body advocate, and I talk about body-mind communication, and I'm an expert at body-mind communication. If that kind of thing is something you like, follow, and comment, and share. So we were talking about comparing like a professional athlete to someone, say, over 30, over 40, who is now having to, those parts of being a professional athlete are not serving them anymore. And so when you're afraid of something and you have that intuition of like, this isn't good for me, then you actually stop whatever you were supposed to be doing. So for example, another one is you're a marathon runner, and in college you were running past the knee pain. You were running past the absolute dehydration and tiredness because you knew that day you would be able to recover. But what happens in life is that we're not able to recover as much, but you act like you're a 21-year-old runner. And so the body and the mind's, like the mind gets upset that the body isn't as strong anymore, and it kind of gets upset about aging. And the body feels like it has to protect itself because it's asked and asked and asked for support. It's asked for water. It's asked for rest. It wants all these things. And this communication, it starts to become a war. So first it's just no big deal. It's just, hey, how you doing? You know, peace. And we work together with our body. But after we deny it and ignore it and blame it for all these things, it starts to protect itself. And then the conversation gets angry on both sides. So this is where I come in, and I'm like, hey, this is how we undo this. Let's start with one little thing at a time, one little deposit of calm, of forgiveness, there's many, many, many. And again, I'm writing a book and this is all in there, but what questions do you have about what your body's trying to tell you if you have chronic pain, or if you can't succeed in business, if you can't talk to your family? Why is this a chronic problem for you? And let's look at it in a unique way.